Where does a rain cloud get the electricity it needs to produce lightning? From a cell battery. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Welcome to mystery game. Welcome to Winnie the Pooh on GameCube. I think this is Rumbly Tumbly Adventure. Hope you're doing well tonight, and thank you for joining us. Sorry I'm kind of late. I have had a tremendously busy day. I mowed the lawn this evening for what I hope will be the last time this year. I really hope that it gets cold quickly and the grass stops growing and I don't have to worry about mowing it again this year. That would be nice. Oh, but I did that. I had to take a shower. My glasses keep fogging up now. But we are here. We are here. I have just enough energy to play this game for a while, so that's what we're going to do. Welcome in, my friends. We've got Nick LaRosa first in chat tonight. We've also got Lucent Jelly. Welcome in. So, this is a new game. It's given us our choice of language before anything happens, so we're going to get to see the startup happenings together. And we're going to stick with English. I'm always tempted. I'm always tempted to select a language I don't speak for the extreme no spoilers, no backseating experience, but there's got to be limits somewhere, right? There's got to be limits somewhere to what degree I am willing to sabotage myself, right? Oh, watch out. I don't know how loud this is going to be, so if you're wearing headphones, maybe pull them away for a moment. I want to see the wheel, Nick says. Maybe. Maybe. I expect this will probably be a 1 or 2 night game. So there's probably a chance of a wheel tonight. There's no music on the menu, on the title screen. Oh. Bummer. Well, let's press some buttons.
One day, in the 100-acre wood, Winnie the Pooh was going for a quiet walk with his good friend Christopher Robin.
Oh, bother. There's a rumbly in my tumbly.
You're always hungry, Pooh Bear. I know. Why don't you try thinking of something besides your tummy?
That's a very good idea, Christopher Robin. Now, I wonder what else I could think about.
Well, you could remember some of your favorite times.
Oh, yes. Now, think. Well, I think my favorite times are always the friendliest times. And birthday parties are very friendly indeed.
And so, to forget his hunger, Winnie the Pooh decided to remember a few birthday parties by looking at his friend's birthday scrapbooks.
Welcome in, Uncle Muscles. Alright, we have control. Oh, I've got a punch. And a kick. Oh, it's neither. Oh, what it is. It is. It's, well, it's kind of both. It's punch, kick, and belly bump. It just kind of cycles arbitrarily through them. Oh, if you're running, you do kind of... Oh, never mind. R is the do-to-do-to-do button. L is the button. Okay, not a whole lot of options. And no camera control, at least not yet. Christoberfest. If my name were Chris, or some variant, I would 100% use that. Annually. Low budget Pooh game with the amount of money they have. Time to mod Pooh into Mortal Kombat.
It's our good friend Gopher. When you want to start here, you
Alright, hang on.
It's our good friend Gopher. When you want to start a new adventure, just speak to him. Here, you may continue your adventure from where you last left it.
I mean, it looks alright. It's a little dark, especially in the capture.
It's our good friend Gopher. When you want to start a new...
Alright, let's create a new game. I don't get any... They know special characters. I can't make a frowny face. Frowny fits, though. Hey, Tommy, welcome in. Winnie the Pooh Wednesdays.
Here is where you may access the game settings.
Options? Do I have to ride a minecart to get to options? That's not a minecart. I don't know what that kind of thing is called.
What a curious device. I believe it can be used to modify the sound. What a curious device. What a curious
Oh, that's
device.
interesting.
I believe that here is where you may view the
View
game
the credits? Oh, I'm not going to fall for that.
With all his running about, Rabbit can certainly give us a bit of a shake. With all his running about, Rabbit can certainly give us a bit of a shake. You may switch this feature on or off.
I keep interrupting the narrator. And you know I don't like to do that. I like to experience
You may adjust the screen.
all of the game. Even the boring stuff. Alright, we'll save
You'll go back the same way you came.
the credits for later. I don't know if it's charming or tedious how interactive they made the
Here
menus.
is where you may access the game settings.
Pooh Music Hall? a little quiet. This music sounds kind of like something from Mario Party. Okay, most of them we have to unlock. We have collectibles to collect. So, people who know a bit about me know that I'm a huge fan of Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock. But there's another Jim Henson puppet series from my childhood, which I actually haven't been able to find in full to revisit. But it was another show, and it was all about music, and it was called The Ghost of Fafner Hall. And it has the most horrifyingly hideous puppets that Mr. Henson ever put together. I don't know if he worked on it personally, or if it was just his production company. But, it's all about music, and like there's some really like there's a lot of parts that really stand out in my memory, but both for good and bad. I'd like to revisit it, even though
This is a perfect place for little adventurers to play.
Junior mode with a baby buggy. I don't know whether or not that's insulting.
It looks like Tigger, Roo, and Piglet are ready to have fun.
Alright, multiplayer minigames is probably going to be useless to me unless we can select
It looks like Tigger, Roo,
all
and
computer
Piglet
opponents.
are ready to have fun.
I looked it up. Oh yeah, they're rough, Nick
Tigger,
says.
Roo, and Piglet are ready to have fun.
Yeah, they're pretty rough. Dead Zergling, welcome in. Well, the commercials really don't appeal lately. Getting Hispanic ads encouraging me to order DoorDash or whatever food delivery service to get restaurant food, I could not be less interested.
A picture book is a wonderful way to remember your adventure.
Are we starting?
Now, to forget about being hungry, Winnie the Pooh remembered the birthday of one of his very dear friends.
Today is Piglet's birthday. I'd better go see if he needs help getting ready for his party.
Say there, Sonny. If you want to visit Piglet, it's gonna be a problem. Gotta open the gate first, you know. Personally, I'd use the key on the tree stump.
Okay. A to pick up objects. Can do. Just saw the same Spanish ad, Tommy says. I haven't paid attention to what kind of ads I've gotten lately. Whenever the ads start to play, I tend to turn my volume down and just kind of ignore them until they stop. I'm so in the habit of just immediately turning the volume down when an ad begins to materialize that I don't even register a millisecond of them in my brain anymore. I don't feel like. I can find that show. I can find season 1 archived. I might have to look into that. Okay, save early, save often. At least know what language I speak.
remember, gotta have the key to open the gate.
Oh,
Perfect. With that key, opening the gate will be simple.
When he whistles, when he oh, thank you, Nick. When he whistles, when he speaks, it sounds like a train's whistle. X to use objects.
it seems to me that this iron key must open a gate.
Hey there, Bear. Why don't you use the key to open the gate? Hey there, Bear.
Oh no,
Why
I
don't
can't
you
back
use
out.
the key
Alright.
to open the gate?
I want to try and catch all the dialogue, but I gotta be careful or I'm gonna end up stuck watching duplicate dialogue that I can't skip. Is that this? It's not this gate, right?
It seems to me that this iron key must open a gate.
Well, that's why I went up to a gate. So this feels... Oh, there's a run button. Let's go. Alright, this game just got a lot better. Hey, Sark, welcome in.
Spectacular! Now you better skedaddle on out of here and go see Piglet. Last time I saw him, he looked worried.
To find where you are on the map, press Y or Z. I played this one for RA. Oh my. I hope it wasn't too agonizing. It probably... So I've already played the Game Boy version. The Game Boy... I played the Game Boy Advance one. I expect this will be alright. I expect it'll just be kind of dull. I expect it'll be like really slow paced and just not super interesting. That's been my impression of pretty much every Winnie the Pooh game. The best one so far, of the 8 or so that I've played, has been Pooh's Party Game on the PlayStation 1.
Why, hello, Pooh Bear. Are you going to visit Piglet today?
Oh, yes. As today is his birthday, I thought it would be the perfect day to pay him a birthday visit.
Oh, he'll be very happy to see you. But do be careful, dear. One of the boards is missing on the bridge to his house. It should be replaced.
That same plot point is in the other version. Did you do Piglet's Big Game yet? I did on the Game Boy Advance. I think this one comes first, though. I didn't know that. When I played them on the Game Boy Advance, I did Piglet first and Rumbly Tumbly second, but I think they came out in the opposite order. Oh, no, they didn't. Because I thought that, and then I checked the dates, and I was wrong. So I should have played that one first. I made an error. So no, I haven't done the GameCube one yet, but it's up next.
I think there's a board not far from here, just on the other side of the stream. I'm not sure how you will reach it, though.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite of the ones that we've played. Pooh's Party Game. It's a Mario Party clone with like a very severely limited.
Oh, that path's blocked. Gonna have to push this box out of the way if you want to get by.
Number of mini games.
Just push the box. That'll clear the path.
perhaps I could make a bridge to reach the wooden board.
I've got to make a bridge to complete a bridge. I do like the look of this game. Kind of reminds me of Harvest Moon.
Superb! Now the path is clear as a whistle.
Oh.
Say there, Sonny. That tummy of yours sure is making a lot of noise. The heffalumps will know just where you are. Better skedaddle away from them.
Oh, bother. I don't suppose you know how to frighten away a heffalump?
Course I do. I'm an expert. Just find a balloon and pop it. That's sure to make them run away.
Alright. So yeah, this is just the same too. Alright, well, let's find out early. What happens if we get captured?
Well, gonna have to start again. Balloons gotta get popped, you know.
Alright, well, I'm glad we didn't miss out on that. I wonder if the GBA games had a run button, because I don't recall ever running in either of those.
Superb, if I do say so myself. Now you can sightsee in peace. And don't forget, if those heffalumps come after you again, just find yourself a balloon and pop it.
Oh, when I said I like the look of this game,
Hey, are those bees stopping you from passing by? Well, you've come to the right place. I found just the way to make them ski-daddle. All you have to do is bring them the number of honeypots they're asking for.
Honeypots? I don't suppose you might know where I could find some honeypots, that is.
Certainly do. They're everywhere. Just look around. You're sure to find some.
this game's talking too much. I lost my train of thought. When I said that I liked how this game looked, the thing is that what has to be considered is, like, I don't play a lot of games that are this new, so maybe I might be easily impressed. I think it looks pretty good, though. What am I looking for? Honeypots?
Those bees are still pestering you, huh? Gotta find yourself some honeypots to chase them away. Search carefully. You'll find them.
What accent is the gopher even supposed to be using? Sounds like the beaver in Lady and the Tramp. I don't remember that character. Kusarigama, welcome in. What's interesting is he whistles when he talks, just like that song, All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth, right? The narrator of that song also whistles when they talk. But like, they have no front teeth. Gopher has front teeth for days. So like, the effects of having none and having too much are the same either way.
Oh, stuff and fluff. I can't cross the bridge, for you see, there is a board missing.
The one that frees her from the muzzle. Oh, I remember. Okay, I remember that. I remember the muzzle. I vaguely, like, I know the scene we're talking about now. Sark says, I feel like GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox era had very stylized graphics that still hold up quite well. I have no idea what I'm looking for. I'm 10 minutes in and already stuck. Rip the run. I'll find something. The things, like the objects where you could get honeypots, were way more obvious in the GBA game. Hey, these are honeypots. They're also a trash heap. Old-timey prospector voice.
I think there's a board not far from here, just on the other side of the stream. I'm not sure how you will reach it, though.
Ah, yeah. It's a log puller. I had that movie as a kid. I forget about that one. That's I didn't have a ton of like Disney tapes when I was a kid, but I did have that one. I had the honeypots I needed all along.
Perhaps I'd better find a few more.
Oh no, I didn't have enough. But where did I even get the 10 that I did have?
Those bees are still pestering you, huh? Gotta find yourself some honeypots to chase them away. Search carefully. You'll find them.
Yo, oh no, you found me. Oh. I see. The glow is... The glow is rather subtle. It's a very different effect from the Game Boy game. And the Game Boy game things had like this sparkly ring. Like they would glow with like an effect very similar to that. And so that's like, you know, I had to pay better attention, I see. Well, that's alright. That makes this more interesting. I'm not upset about that. I just didn't know what I was doing. Alright, is that enough? Oh, I didn't have 10 honey pots before.
Stupendous! All the bees have skedaddled. Next time they bother you, bring them some more of those honey pots.
I didn't have 10. It was telling me I needed 10. I misunderstood the message. How on earth would honeypots scare a bee away? It's more of a bribery situation, I think. All sales are final. So I had Lady and the Tramp when I was a kid, and I had a VHS tape that had the Hoboken chicken incident, or chicken emergency. I think the title of it was. It's like a live action film about a giant chicken. About a boy who makes friends with a giant chicken. And it had a cartoon called Lyle Crocodile. It had The Little Mermaid, the Disney one, and it had Disney's animated Peter Pan. And it had a portion of the Raggedy Ann and Andy movie. That was a tape that was on, like, repeat for a lot of my childhood. I've seen those films a lot. The Lady and the Tramp was the actual, like, official VHS tape, which we didn't have a lot of. We didn't have the cover for it, though. It was in a generic cover for some reason.
This board looks rather like a board from a bridge, of which I know.
The GBA game also takes time to tell you when you've collected all of the honey pots on a particular section of the map as well. And this one I don't think does the same. I don't believe I've seen a message like that yet. If you don't catch them all, they go back into where they came from. Hey, no, bogus. No, I kicked that tree stump before. I'm sure I kicked this tree stump before. Your parents stretched the SLP mode to the limit. Oh yeah, yeah. The EP, the extended play, yeah. 6 to 8 hours on a single tape. All of our tapes are like that. Everyone, not a one of our tapes played in any of the modes. Why would you even bother? Why would you even bother? Get the most time out of every tape. it's just a waste of a good tape to record in standard play. I mean, you're watching in standard definition anyway on a tape that degrades super quickly as it is. And the thing you're watching is probably recorded off of a live broadcast, or it's got some sort of interference from the RF connection between the two VCRs you used to make the copy with.
Oh, stuff and fluff. I can't cross the bridge, for you see, there is a board missing.
We had like, I don't know, 100 tapes. At least. 100 VHS tapes. Like blank tapes with stuff recorded on them. And they were recorded over and over again so many times that like there was no room on the labels to write anything that was on the tapes anymore for most of them. Because it had been scratched out and rewritten and scratched out and rewritten so much. That like it was just impossible to tell what was on so many of them. And like we kept a notebook where we write all the tapes are numbered. Well, most of the tapes are numbered. The number stickers came off of a lot of them, but we had a notebook where we would write the number of the tape at some point, and then we would start writing what was currently on the tape in the notebook. And so if you wanted to find something, like you had to go through and look at the list. You had to search through every tape if you wanted to find a particular film and see which number it was on. So some of them you would just memorize. It was something you like to watch frequently that didn't get recorded over.
Happy birthday, Piglet! Are you having a happy birthday so far?
I am. I would be. Except you see, Pooh, I lost my broom. And now I can't sweep up for my birthday party.
Oh, don't worry, Piglet. I believe Kanga has a broom. I shall just go ask her if we may borrow it.
Oh, thank you, Pooh Bear. Do you suppose Kanga will let us borrow her broom?
What was the system for preventing unwanted tapeovers? There really wasn't much of one. I don't recall anything I really cared about. Being taped over at any point. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that little... Get back here. I don't know what that little animation was meant to communicate to me. Maybe that I found all the honeypots in this mission. I don't think it means all the ones on the board. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, you could protect an individual tape, by breaking the tab off, of course. But, like, we never really did that. I don't recall. I don't recall losing anything that I really cared about by having it taped over, but it may have happened at some point. I just know the tapes were constantly in sort of a state of flux as new things got recorded. And the notebook was always drifting further and further into inaccuracy. There was actually one point when I was in like middle school or something that I made it my summer project. That I went through every single one of the tapes, and I took we had this old DOS laptop. It was this giant beast of a laptop. It probably weighed 80 pounds. It was a monster. But I used that, and I used the word processor on that. I went through every single tape one by one and typed up a new notebook one summer with everything that was on every tape, and tried to tag like what time stamp things started at. And even that, I printed it out, and even that drifted into inaccuracy over time. What am I doing now? I got kind of lost in my pointless story. I think I'm going to ask for a broom.
Oh, Kanga, could I possibly borrow your broom? I'm afraid that Piglet has misplaced his.
Well, I'm still doing my housework, Pooh, but I'll give it to you just as soon as I'm done. While I finish up, would you be a dear and go look for Roo? It's time for his snack.
Well, I'd be happy to, Kanga. Now, where is he?
I believe he's playing in front of your house.
So we had I don't feel like I'm going to get much time to tell this story. We had both Ghostbusters 1 and 2 recorded onto tapes.
Roo, I'm glad I found you. I was just visiting Kanga, and she said it's time for your snack.
But look, Pooh Bear, I've been trying to catch butterflies to bring to Piglet's birthday party, and I haven't caught any yet.
And I haven't been much of a help.
Well, perhaps Eeyore and I could try to catch the butterflies together.
Oh, would you please?
Well, I'll give it a try. Probably make a mistake, though.
I just know you can do it. Oh boy! We're gonna catch butterflies!
I don't want to talk over the game, so it gets hard to tell a story. Do I have to press anything extra for the butterflies, or I just run into them? They were actually great movies. Oh yeah, I loved them. So we had both of those recorded. And Ghostbusters 2 was on, I think, tape number 5. And Ghostbusters 1, I think, was on tape like 42 or something. It was way up there. But the thing is...
Oh, that was great! Look at all the butterflies I got! They can fly all around at Piglet's party! Now I can go home for my snack.
Guess I'll go look for some sticks to rebuild my house again.
I shall go with you, Roo. Perhaps Kanga has finished her housework.
I may be the only person on the planet who has watched Ghostbusters 2 at least like 10 times more than I've watched Ghostbusters 1. I might even say I prefer it because of that. But the thing is, the reason I think I've seen Ghostbusters 2 so many more times is it was the first movie on its tape. So you could always find it by just rewinding the tape to the very start. And Ghostbusters 1 was in the middle of its tape. So you'd have to fast forward through Brewster's Millions to get to Ghostbusters 1 if you wanted to watch that. So
Pooh dear, thank you for finding Roo. And I've just finished my housework, so you may take my broom now.
Thank you, Kanga. Oh, this will make Piglet very happy.
I wonder how my life would have turned out differently
Ever so happy to have this broom to sweep his house.
if the reverse had been true, and if I had grown up watching Ghostbusters 1 10 times more than Ghostbusters 2. Just think of all the things that would have gone differently for me. I think they were equally good. I'd have a hard time picking. Best sequel ever, maybe? That is a rare opinion, Uncle Muscles. In my experience, most people seem to really hate Ghostbusters 2. I like it, though. I get the argument that it's basically just the first movie again. But, I mean, most sequels are kind of just the first movie again. And I don't know. If that's all you're going to do, I feel like it's a fine enough version of that kind of thing. Tell them about the Twinkie. I miss Harold Ramis, Kisarigama says. What was your favorite part of Ghostbusters 2? I mean, the courtroom scene is pretty rad. The Scolari brothers. The part where they're down in the like underground tunnels, and that voice calls out, Winston, and then like they're suddenly surrounded by all those like gnarly heads on sticks. That part was hard for me to watch as a kid.
Oh, thank you, Pooh Bear. I feel much better now. And when I have a broom, I just know I'll feel even better.
Or like the bit with the Statue of Liberty. Bringing the Statue of Liberty to life is pretty rad too. Ghostbusters 2 is much more family friendly. I mean, I can think of unfamily friendly stuff in both, but you might be right.
Thank you, Pooh Bear. I feel much better now. And when I have a broom, I just know I'll feel even better.
The example I can think of in the first movie is worse than the example I can think of in the second.
Thank you, Pooh Bear. I feel much better now. And when I have a broom, I just know I'll feel even better.
I imagine somewhere in Frownie's house is a portrait of Vigo. Oh. So my sister is a very talented artist, um, and several years ago she was a big fan of the band Tally Hall, and she did these really amazing portraits of the band members, and then went and met them at a concert and got them to sign them, and she's got them framed up on her wall. But she did another piece of fan art that I gave her the idea for. And what she did was she took the portrait from the end of Ghostbusters 2, after they defeat Vigo, and then his painting becomes like a portrait of the Ghostbusters with Oscar, the baby, in the picture too. And she took that and she recreated that painting, but she put the band members from Tally Hall. She put their heads onto the four Ghostbusters and the baby. And it's maybe one of the most surreal pieces of fan art in existence. At least for me. I love it. I don't remember why. I don't remember why I told her to make that. Like, Frownie has like a velvet Elvis, but it's Vigo. Oh.
Have you taken the broom to Piglet yet, Pooh?
Oh. I'm not at all paying attention to what I'm doing anymore. I should see if I can remember. I should see if I can ask my sister for a picture of that artwork she did. Maybe I can put it in the Discord. I know that she shared it with the band at some point because she told me that the one that she had put his head onto the baby, that his only comment had been, "Why am I the baby?"
Thank you, Pooh Bear. I feel much better now. And when I have a broom, I just know I'll feel even better.
What? Do I not have the broom? Oh, I have to push the button.
Piglet will be ever so happy to have this broom. Here you are, Piglet.
Oh, a broom. How wonderful. Now I can sweep my house from top to bottom.
And I shall help you, Piglet. Then your house will be the perfect place to have the perfect birthday party.
And indeed, Pooh Bear remembered that Piglet's birthday party was one of the most perfect ever.
The current game requires no real focus. Well, I mean, if I want to be through with it.
A picture book is a wonderful wonderful way to remember.
Oh no. I didn't get all the honey pots. I have to go back and redo this stage. Where could I have missed 20 honey pots? Wait a minute. It told me I got them all, didn't it? I think this game lied to me. There are 3 songs to find, and I've only found 1. I did a horrible job completing this. Well, I thought the check mark meant that I had all the honey pots. Alright, hang on. It lets you go back in. It's not making me redo the whole story, it doesn't look like, so... You know, tracking down this missing stuff shouldn't be too awful. It's not glowing. Oh, Pooh ate them all on the way to turning them in. I thoroughly searched that board. That's the one board where I found everything. Maybe I have to come back to this later, because there's definitely, like, there's stuff I can't interact with yet, it would seem. Oh, wait, this is blinking. Alright. I did. We finished Bart and the Space Mutants last night. Thank goodness. I did. I streamed way too late. I couldn't believe it. When the stream was over, I looked at the clock. It was almost 2 a.m. I streamed for like an hour past what I needed to stream. So I got no sleep, and I've had a tremendously busy day today. So I'm definitely like kind of running on fumes tonight. I feel good. Like, I mowed the lawn. I was saying, I shared that earlier. I mowed the lawn, and like that's a pretty big endeavor. There's a lot of like parts of my lawn that have to be done with the push mower because like they're too steep or too they're just inconvenient to maneuver the riding mower through. So like it takes me about an hour and a half to do the lawn. I could do it faster if I did the riding portion faster, but let's go. I don't have a great mower. I don't want to risk clogging it up, so I tend to go slower than I think I could, and then it takes a long time to do the push mowing part. So I did all that. That's the big thing. I ran it on little sleep because I was up all day with the stream was late last night, and I got up early, and I was up all day with Baby Man, and then worked on the yard. Are you still sore about the Dino Boss and my dinosaur? I'm not a fan. I'm definitely not a fan. I wish I could have thought of a good pun to respond with, but yeah, I don't really like that boss. Kinda upset about the whole invisible platform thing. Now, where is it? Nothing else is blinking. What am I supposed to hit? There's more. There's more honeypots somewhere on this part of the map, and I can't, for the life of me, figure out what they could be hidden inside of. Nothing is blinking. Often when I'm trying to think of a good dinosaur pun, I reference a Stegosaurus. I don't know. I don't know. I walked up to everything. I didn't see anything blink. We'll have to come back to that. We'll have to come back to that spot. I'm losing my mind.
Oh,
The blinking is so subtle. I wonder if it shows up better in the capture. I wonder if it shows up more prominently in the capture and then I look extra foolish. That's still not it? How is that still not it? Mini playthroughs stop for that. So many playthroughs for that boss. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm glad I found it, but yeah, it took 3 nights. I think maybe like. Maybe a boss fight, like, dependent upon the player's ability to locate invisible platforms isn't, like, the kindest idea that you can implement into your game design. We've got like a state or national park nearby us, and I don't remember which it is. It's a big park. It's really nice. But it has a lot of like giant rocks like this in one area. A lot of fun to climb around on. Some of them are pretty intense. Like you see people like laying safety mats down and like bouldering on them. I tend to stick to the less perilous ones. Intense? Like there are campers? But what is this game doing to me? How? How can I not find the last thing? I've checked everything, whether it's glowing or not. I've already kicked everything that exists. I don't see anything glowing. by process of elimination. I should have, like, I've already hit everything. There's... I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You shouldn't laugh at your own jokes, but when you read it, I cracked up. Did you ever play Batman on Genesis? I found that to be really hard. I played the animated, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. I played that one, and that one was really tough. That took a little while to beat. It was pretty fun, though. That shoot 'em up section in the middle, though, was devastating. Just OG Batman? Nah, I've only played the one. I think it was made by Sunsoft. Ooh, I played the Sunsoft, well... I played the Sunsoft NES Batman. I didn't play the Genesis one. I played the Game Boy one, too. So I guess I should play the Genesis one. I don't know what else I can do. I don't know what else I can do. There doesn't seem to be anything here. I'd love to watch you play that. I might give it a go since we did the other ones. And especially if it's like made by Sunsoft, so if it's of a type with the other ones, then that's enticing to me. So I'll take a look-see. Is it horrifically difficult? It's hard. Oh boy. I remember there was a Batman arcade machine at a barbecue restaurant near where I grew up. And I believe it was based on the Michael Keaton, the first Michael Keaton Batman movie. I'm gonna have to give up on this and come back to it, I think, because I'm just not seeing anything I can interact with. And attacking randomly isn't doing me any good either. Batman arcade game looks awesome. Yeah, I don't know if that ever got a faithful port anywhere. Oh my goodness, we did it. I thought it looked cool when I was a kid, but I never played it more than like once or twice because I was so bad at it that it was just a waste of a quarter. Okay, I think that's 100% now on this one. Agony. Agony, that is. Finally, chapter 2.
And as Pooh remembered his friend Rue's birthday, he forgot all about his hungry tummy.
Today is Rue's birthday, and I haven't found a present for him yet. I think I shall ask Kanga if she knows what Rue likes best.
I doubt anyone's really streamed that. Would be some juicy content. Well, unless it's been released on a console, then I don't necessarily have a way of playing it myself right now. And depending on what console it's been on, I still might not have a way of actually playing it. I don't know if I can emulate arcade games on the Wii or not. If I could figure out how to do that, like that might be an option for me for that kind of stuff, but otherwise it'll have to wait until I do that computer upgrade that I'm always talking about and never working toward.
I suppose I shall need a turn handle to make the bridge come down. I suppose I shall need a turn handle to make the bridge come down.
Let's go. I don't know if it's the same stuff that's interactive in every mission or if it'll be different stuff. I hope it's just the same. I hope it's just the same stuff every time, so I don't have to research. Well, I can't cross there anymore, like we did once upon a time. Oh, I can't go through there either.
Hello, Kanga. I'm trying to find a surprise to give Roo for his birthday, and I thought you might know what he likes best.
Oh, how kind of you, Pooh Bear. I know Roo would really like to learn how to do Tigger's whoop-de-dooper bounce. That would be a very nice present for you to give him.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea, Kanga. But I think I shall need Tigger to help me.
I'm not certain where Tigger is, but perhaps you could ask Rabbit. I know he's in the forest.
Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you, Pixel Broly. Very much appreciate the raid. Hope you've had a great stream tonight. And welcome in. Is that Zerkoi? New Kingdom Hearts game looks good. I wonder... I wonder how long someone can watch this game for and still think it looks good. It's just slow paced. We're having a slow, relaxing, meandering sort of night. It's a game that you don't have to pay a lot of attention to. Well, actually you do if you're gonna 100% it. But I didn't know that until a moment ago. It's all right. I don't hate it. I'm having an okay time. But be warned, the collectibles are very well hidden. Or maybe I just have terrible eyesight. But yeah, hope you had a good stream. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome back, Nick. Compared to Bart versus the Space Mutants.
Hello, Rabbit. Have you seen Tigger by any chance?
Tigger? Oh, yes, Pooh Bear, he's at home. Oh, but wait a minute, I'm afraid you can't get there. You see, all of Tigger's bouncing has caused a landslide and blocked the path. And without a shovel, well, it's impossible to get by.
I wonder where I could find a shovel.
Well, I'm sure I saw one on the way to Piglet's house. And now you'll need a turn handle to make the bridge come down, though. Oh, if you're looking for Tigger, I believe he went this way.
Can I scare these bees away yet? Oh yeah. Needs a chill game after Bart. Yeah, I finished my first playthrough of Bart versus the Space Mutants last night. And I knew that game was like janky and frustrating and difficult going in, but I didn't know that it was going to be 5 nights of agony. I spent 3 nights. I spent 3 nights being completely roadblocked by the stage 4 boss. Because I didn't know that to beat it, you have to jump onto invisible platforms. I just had to throw attempt after attempt after attempt until finally I got lucky and like some of my like random frustrated jumping paid off. It was painful. Welcome in Valentine Visions. Is this developed by the same team that made the Piglet game? So I haven't played the Piglet game yet, but I would guess probably yes, because I played the 2 games on the Game Boy Advance that were this game and the Piglet game, like they were versions of those, and they were very similar. So my guess would probably be yes. But the Piglet game's actually up next after this one. I mean, probably not tonight, but, you know. I've been playing as many Winnie the Pooh games as possible. And this is like game number 9, I think, on the stream. I've been reading Winnie the Pooh stories to my son. He's 11 months old. So I've been reading him Winnie the Pooh storybooks, and that made me think, I wonder how many Winnie the Pooh games there are. And I looked it up, and there's a ton, and I was like, all right, that's what I love to see. Because I like to play a couple different types of games. I like really challenging, like, platformer games. Contra and Super Ghouls and Ghosts and Cuphead, stuff like that. And I like janky licensed trash games. And I especially like when there's some franchise or IP that has just a whole lot of games that I can play back to back to back. There's a lot of like really classic, like notorious bad games out there that I need to play but haven't because there's just one of them. Like Silver Surfer is pretty notorious, right? Like that one is supposed to be pretty rough. I don't know if that's a bad game, but it's a really tough game. And at least somewhat janky, from what I understand. But there's not like 15 Silver Surfer games, so I haven't been motivated to play it like I probably should be. But like Powerpuff Girls, Scooby-Doo, like I've got the overwhelming majority of those checked off. Waiting for Frownie to snap and go on a worldwide manhunt based on a meticulously curated list from the credits of every game that hurt him. Oh.
It seems to me that a shovel would be quite helpful about now.
I mean, based on the, like, severity of the punishments that I tend to wish upon people for bad game design, I think most of them are pretty safe. You know, if I get really, really mad at a game, like top of my head blowing off furious at a game, I might say something like, oh, the developers of this game, I hope the next time they cut their toenails, they cut them just a little bit too short and they're uncomfortable for a few days. Confused grandparents bankrolled these games. Alright, well, there's something else to collect on that screen, but we'll have another chance. We've got to come back around there again. When it comes to Jump King, are you just trying to finish DLC 2? Yeah. Yeah, so Jump King, yeah, I beat the base game and I beat DLC 1. I'm just trying to beat DLC 2. That's our September project, is to try and beat that. Do I think I'll do it by October? Probably not, but I'll keep playing it. I'm going to play it real heavy in September. Like, not every night, but we're going to lean into it pretty heavily. And if I'm not done with it by October, I'm going to keep playing it, but I'll probably cut it back to like once a week or so. Or an hour a night or something real light. Usually playing it regularly for very short periods is what has historically helped me make progress. So we might start doing that, where we do like an hour of Jump King and then 2 or 3 hours of another game every night. And maybe that'll help me get through it. It was great to watch the blind playthrough, though. Thank you, Uncle Muscles. That's another, if you're unfamiliar with the stream, that's another thing about my approach to games, is I have the strictest blind policy that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's people out there that are more intense with their blind policies than I am, but I'm pretty strict about the no research, no help kind of thing. And I'm willing to suffer and struggle for some very unreasonable amounts of time before I ever give in and ask for help. You know, basically, like, I stream, like maybe 150 streams a year, and I get stuck probably 130 out of those streams, and I ask for help maybe 5 of those streams. I'm a big fan of licensed games too. I get made fun of a lot by my peers. There's such a charm to them. I'm always hoping, right? The hope with the janky licensed games is that you'll come across something that's like surprisingly delightful. And every now and then I do. Like, I really liked The Road to El Dorado on Game Boy Color. I thought that was a really good game. I really like Powerpuff Girls, Him, and Seek on the Game Boy Advance. So, like, there are some licensed games that, like, have been real treats to come across. I really like the first Wipeout game on the Wii. That's like Wipeout the game show, not Wipeout the racing series. I really like the first Wipeout game on the Wii, too. But I have to endure a lot of misery to find those, like, 2 or 3 games that are surprisingly pleasant. El Dorado on Game Boy Color is such a good one. Yeah, that game's really strong. I had a lot of fun with that one. I liked a lot of the visual design in that game too. There were some of those jungle levels. I thought they chose really cool, like, color palettes. That was a good looking game. I hope you cut your toenails short. It's going to be my next go-to, Budafinger says. Think you'll get it eventually. Sounds good, Uncle Muscle says. Thank you for the vote of confidence. I'm pretty sure we will. I mean, I've beaten it twice. I've actually beaten it 3 times, because I did the second DLC twice, because I got confused. And I thought it was too risky to try and restart the game, because I didn't want to lose my save file by doing that. So I finished it an extra time so that I could get back to the menu without quitting out. So I've actually beaten Jump King 3 times, but I've only done 2 of the 3 quests, because one of them was duplicated. An Eye of the Tiger montage of Frownie getting ready for Jump King. I just set up an obstacle course in my backyard and run it on my thumbs. There are some streamers who pretend to play games blind just so they look better at it. unfortunately, but Frownie really does. I mean, I definitely don't look. I definitely don't look very good at games on this stream very often. Can't wait to hear those
Hey there,
cats.
Sonny. If you need any help, just give a whistle.
Oh, bother. I can't seem to pull the shovel out of the ground. I suppose I shall need some help.
The Game Boy Advance version of this game is very similar to the GameCube game, by the way. They are really like almost one for one the same.
Oh, Gopher, could you help me pull this shovel out?
Why, certainly. I'll push it up from below, and you grab it. Have to hurry, though. Can't help you for very long, you know. Got rules about such things.
Thank you, Gopher.
Well, glad to be of help, Sonny.
This isn't real, it's all orchestrated, like wrestling.
Help me clear the path.
Jelly writes the script every night. I mean, to the extent that Jelly helps me with the jokes at the start of the stream, there's a little bit of truth in there. I won't say who, but I saw someone beat Silver Surfer first try, 1cc. They said it was blind, but I think they looked it up first or something. Too many gotcha things. I mean, I do sometimes get lucky on like my first try through parts of games, but getting through an entire game, especially one that's like notoriously challenging like that raises an eyebrow.
Oh.
Ah. Thank you for the follow, Valentine. Very much appreciate you coming on board with us. See if I can see where the interactive thing that I missed before is. So, like, there's... The thing is, I mean, you probably caught on if you've been watching, but, like, there are honeypots and music notes hidden on each level, and they're hidden inside of objects, and you can tell if an object has
Perhaps this shovel could help me clear
something
the path.
hidden in it if it blinks when you get close, but the blinking is so subtle that sometimes I spend like 10 or 15 minutes in an area. I mean, sometimes I just don't even see the blinking, and I just get lucky and hit the and just, well, I don't really get lucky. I get frustrated and I hit everything on the board until I finally, by process of elimination, come across the right thing.
Oh, if you're looking for Tigger, I believe he went this way.
We just passed 1,600 followers the other night, which was pretty cool. Because we were hovering around 1,550 for a really long time, like months and months. I think I said 16K the other night, but it's definitely not that. It's 1,600. So pretty soon, naturally, we've got to do our traditional celebration stream where we do nothing at all different from any other night on the stream and don't even really acknowledge it at all. In which case, you know, welcome to the super special celebration stream. Oh my goodness. Where? Can I interact with this? I don't think that was blinking. I don't think that was blinking at all. Sounds like we have a lot of good games in the works. Well, we're gonna do Dragon's Lair tomorrow. And it might be the last time I work on Dragon's Lair for a while, because I'm probably going to want to take a break from that while I'm working on Jump King. But we'll see. If something unlocks and I make a ton of progress or get really good at Dragon's Lair, like out of nowhere, tomorrow, then I might keep it on the schedule, but at the glacial pace that I'm making progress with that one, and as like frustrating and repetitive as it is, I don't really want to pair it with Jump King. So I'm going to focus. I mean, I want to finish up the Winnie the Pooh project, so I've got to finish this game and one more. I'm going to keep that Batman in the back of my mind, hopefully. So hopefully that'll come up soon. But I'm going to try, while I'm playing Jump King, I'm going to try for the non-Jump King nights to pick stuff that I think won't be massively irritating. The trouble with that is I'm still going in blind, so I'm really going to be just making guesses and probably, as my track record is illustrated, be wrong on most nights and end up playing something horrible anyway. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to pick stuff that like looks like it has a chance to be not the worst thing I've played all year. When we get open space again.
Oh,
If you told me sooner, I would have had a party hat.
oh.
Okay, I've gotten all the music. And I'm just missing honeypots on Rabbit's board. So we're doing pretty alright.
Oh, hello, Tigger.
Hello there, Pooh.
Tigger, I was just wondering, do you think you could teach Roo how to do your whoop-de-dooper bounce for his birthday?
Of course I can, Pooh. After all, bounce is what Tiggers do best, but first, I need your help. See, I started bouncing and now, well, I can't stop.
I see. But how can I help you, Tigger?
Well, if you took this key, you might find something useful to unbounce me over by my house.
Oh. Oh, bother. The key dropped. But I shall go and look for it. Goodbye, Tigger.
So, in addition to Winnie the Pooh storybooks, I read Baby Man a lot of Dr. Seuss. We've got like 5 or 6 Dr. Seuss books that we rotate through pretty regularly. And so one of them is Green Eggs and Ham. And because of that, I came across on YouTube an old, like, animated version of Green Eggs and Ham. And it's really cool. I haven't shown it to Baby Man, but I've played the audio of it for him. Because we've been giving him 0 screen time. But I played the audio of it for him a few times. But when we were listening to it, the voice of the guy, the unnamed guy that Sam I Am is pestering, who I think is Mr. Knox from Fox and Socks. He sure looks a lot like him. His voice is so familiar, and Jelly and I were watching it, and we were like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this voice? We couldn't place it. It took forever. And then finally at the end, when he tries the Green Eggs and Ham, he does a little laugh like, hoo 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 hoo. And we were like, it's Tigger! The voice of Mr. Knox is Tigger! And we were finally able to place it. And that was such a weird crossover. Because it was exactly the same voice. And it was exactly the same laugh. But neither of us could think of it until we heard the laugh. I had that version on VHS back in the day. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I also like the there's a song at the beginning. The Cat in the Hat sings a song about eggs, like to introduce the story. And there's something about like his voice and the not really his voice exactly, but the overall quality of his performance. That introduction by the Cat in the Hat really reminds me of Penn from Penn and Teller. I can imagine him performing that introductory song. That's got to be the best, or at least most popular Dr. Seuss book. Green Eggs and Ham is pretty great.
Pooh, could you find a way to unbounce me, please, buddy boy? I think that there might be something over by my house that would do the trick.
Welcome in, Scheming Miner. Thank you for the lurk. Welcome in, Baron Metz. Good to see you, Metz. It's been a little while. Yeah, long time no see. Hope your night's going excellent. Things are going pretty well. No complaints. I've seen you a few times in Sark's chat.
Oh, bother. This gate is locked.
Had the opportunity to play The Cat in the Hat in local production of Seussical, the musical, about 13 years ago. Very nice. I did a little bit of theater in high school, but I haven't done anything quite to what the caliber of I imagine that was. Cat in the Hat's one of the books that I read to baby man. We read Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat Comes Back. We read Green Eggs and Ham. We read Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? I like that book a lot. That one's pretty short. We read One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I don't like that book. That book is too much like just disconnected random nonsense and too much just using words just because they rhyme and not making any sense. Like it's real easy to write rhyming poetry when you just make up a bunch of words. Kind of makes it not quite as impressive. But we read that one because it's one of the like more brief ones. And Baby Man's favorite book, not just favorite Dr. Seuss book, but I think his favorite book of them all is Fox and Socks. He gets so excited when we read Fox and Socks. Which is very similar to Green Eggs and Ham. Fox and Socks is basically identical plot-wise. And the like protagonist of both stories. Like I think that the guy from Green Eggs and Ham is Mr. Knox from Fox and Socks because they both look like the same guy.
Oh, this machine is driving me crazy. I just can't seem to get it to work.
Definitely miss it. I was also in high school at the time. Always been a fan of the star-bellied sneeches. Star-bellied sneeches. Which book are those in? Yertle the Turtle is a good one. I haven't read that one yet. I definitely don't know all of the. I definitely don't know all the Seuss books. We've got a bunch of them, but some of them are significantly more wordy than others, and we tend to read the lighter ones. We're saving like, like the Grinch and I don't know. There's a bunch of other ones. Scrambled egg super, like there's a bunch of other ones that we're saving because they're much more dense in their story content. I was really surprised that the text of the book, the Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the text of the book is very different from the narration of the film. And like I had always assumed that the narration of the film would just be the text of the book, but it's not. It's basically completely different. Like the same general like story happens, but there's not a lot that's lifted directly out of the book. A lot of it's changed around. And a lot of the made up words in the film, like all the like weird like who like gifts and instruments and stuff, are not present in the text of the book. Like that, they were just made up for the narration of the film. So it's very surprising how different it was. The Sneeches one is from a short story compilation, The Sneeches and Other Stories. I don't know if we have that one. I have to keep an eye out for it. Horton's another one. I think we have that one.
I love bouncing, but stopping's good too. And now I can go. Oops. I think.
Oh no, now he's too stuck.
Oh dear. Don't worry, Tigger. I shall go and ask Rabbit for help.
Oh, thanks, Pooh Boy. I'm sure old Long Earth has just the thing for unsticking a Tigger.
When I was in high school, I played Charlie Brown in our production of A Charlie Brown Christmas. And I played Frank Butler in our production of Annie, Get Your Gun. Those are my big high school theater roles. Afternoon Bort Jams, welcome in. Why does Winnie the Pooh look horrifyingly scary in this? I don't really see what you see. He looks pretty normal to me. I guess he looks... Maybe he looks a little sinister from far away if the shadows hit him just right. Winnie the Pooh gives me sweet dreams.
Excuse me, Rabbit, but I don't suppose you might have something that I could use to unstick Tigger?
Oh, I have just the thing. This stick is perfect for unsticking things. Now, if I could just get this machine to work.
Could I help?
Oh, yes, yes. You must push these levers in the right order. But I've forgotten what order that is. Nope, no, that wasn't the right
bogus.
combination. Let's see. Try it again, Pooh. I'm sure we'll get it this time.
It sounded like those are those were positive sounds. Like I was doing the right thing. I tried 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1 from Ocarina of Time. Rabbit's mustache looks weird.
Nope, no, that wasn't the right combination. Let's see. Try it again, Pooh. I'm sure we'll get it this time.
Let's
My machine is
go.
working again. Thank you, Pooh Bear. I almost forgot. Here's the stick to help you unstick Tigger. Well, now I must get back to watering my carrots.
Thank you for the 5 stream watch streak, Port Jams. Much appreciated.
Oh, what a useful stick. But I wonder what I should use it for. Perhaps I shall ask Tigger.
Poor Rabbit. Dragon's Lair is the last place you want to find yourself. EGGS eggs. Victory. Alright, we got one more. We got one more area of the board to clear. I'm going to do that before I unstick Tigger, because I think when I do that, the mission ends. You're allowed to exit out of and back into the... It's pretty easy to exit out and enter back into the levels, but like, you don't have to do the whole mission to go back and look for collectibles, but... No, I just wanted to check that big rock. I didn't want to activate the thing. I just have to swing at everything, whether it's blinking or not. I know that I tried to hit that stump before. There is no way I didn't take a swing at that stump before, but whatever, we got it.
Thank you, Pooh. You're the bestest buddy bear a fella could have. Pooh.
No bother. Now I'm stuck.
Don't worry, buddy bear. I'll go get Gopher. He's kind of handy at unsticking things, you know. Well, I'd better be real stealthy-like, so's nobody sees me.
I like the bass that plays as we sneak around. Not much of a tune, but it's a fun choice of instrument. Oh no, rip. Oh, wait a moment. I'm going the wrong way. I was confused. It didn't respawn me at the entrance. I assumed it would have respawned. When you fail at sneaking, it respawns you further along. Beyond the obstacle where you failed, so you don't have to try it again. That's not good.
Say, you're just a gopher I was looking for. Old Pooh Bear's stuck in one of your gophery-type holes.
Sounds like a job for someone with my excavation skills. I'll get right on it.
Oh, thanks, Gopher. Well, I guess I'll just wait for you here, then.
Yep, there you are. And, watch where you're going next time.
That's very good advice, Gopher. Thank you.
Now, Sonny, I think that Tigger fellow's waiting for you.
The texture of the grass is swaying back and forth. Failing upward is nice, I guess. Yeah. I know, it just feels like a modern Mario game where it's like where you die 2 or 3 times and a dialogue box comes up and says, "Looks like you should let Luigi beat this stage for you."
gotta hurry, Pooh Bear. Little Roo's birthday party is just about ready to get started. Happy birthday, Roo!
Tigger, Pooh, you're here!
Well, of course we are, little Roo. And we got here just in time for me to teach you the whoop-de-dooper bounce.
Oh, Tigger, that would be the best birthday present ever!
And indeed, Pooh remembered that Roo's birthday party was a great success.
Well, this definitely isn't going to be a one-night game. I unlocked a new mini game. Well, look at that. Let me just take a look. Are the mini games Cookie Maze, Catch the Honey Pot, Find the Cookies, Follow the Lines. Alright, and there's Scare Off. So there's others to unlock, or at least one more. But can these be played? They can be played single player. Okay. Alright, well that's good. We'll save those for the end of the playthrough, though, because I want to have all the stuff unlocked so I don't get confused about what I've done and what I haven't, because we want to do them all.
A picture book is a wonderful way to remember your adventure.
Alright, I think I've probably got time and strength for one more mission tonight. And then we'll have to finish this one up probably next week.
So Winnie the Pooh remembered the birthday of his friend, Tigger, and forgot all about his Rumbly Tumbly.
Hello, Roo. Are you ready for Tigger's birthday?
Oh no, Pooh. 2 of the Tigger costumes blew away. And we need them for Tigger's surprise birthday picture.
No, dear. It seems to me that we shall need all the costumes to take the picture.
Hey, maybe my mama saw where the costumes blew to. I think she's over by Piglet's house. If you're looking for my mama, she's near Piglet's house.
The plan is for Dragon's Lair tomorrow night. It'll probably be a late start again. Closer to 9 than 8. And I'm probably going to be another low energy night too, because I got a busy afternoon tomorrow. But I'm gonna definitely try to make the stream happen regardless.
No bother, a bramble patch. I suppose the thing to do is cut through them.
Sometimes the interactive bits like really blink a lot, and sometimes they hardly blink at all. Like, like this sign is pretty hard to, like that blinking on this sign is pretty hard to see. And that's not even the worst one. Some of them have been so much more difficult. No goodness. I didn't collect any of them.
Oh!
Pooh, you've come at just the right time. The costume is on the other side of this ravine.
And I'm afraid it's impossible to reach.
Now, I'm sure Owl could help. Oh, but it seems the path to his house is blocked by thorns. Here, Pooh, take the key to my shed. There are tools in there that could help you.
I think this is the key to Kanga's shed.
Do you really, Pooh?
Owl will surely know how to get over this ravine.
I know he's a bear of very little brain, but my goodness. So this fence is also blinking. And just look at this fence. Look at how subtle it is. It's so hard. It's so hard to see that blink on that fence. The only reason I could see it is because I already knew it was there from having accidentally found it before. Block pushing puzzles?
This is Kenga's shed. It's where she keeps her gardening tools.
Are not very intimidating because they don't actually let you fail.
Oh! This is Kenga's shed.
They couldn't have had the opening the door and getting the shears animation all be one thing.
I wonder if these
That had to
large
be
scissors are
divided.
strong enough to cut brambles.
That had to be divided into two.
Hello, Eeyore. How are you today?
No better, no worse. Trying to catch these butterflies. Kinda hard to catch 'em without a net, though. Wish we had a net to catch the butterflies. It would make it easier.
Well, I'll get you a net, Eeyore, so you can catch the butterflies. If you like that sort of thing. And the way some of these scatter. They're pretty tough to chase down. You know, all in one go.
Oh!
Rip. I got stuck on the scenery. Yeah, once again, it puts me on the far side of the enemies when I respawn. So the challenge is just erased. I think we can take them. Let's go. I think the scenery looks really good here, especially with this bridge. It's a pretty stylish game. Like that we're heading up toward the snowy mountaintop soon. Can scare away these bees. That was the Frownie skip. I have a speedrunning trick named for me. I'm probably the least likely person on the entire planet to have a speedrunning trick named after them. But I do. I accidentally discovered a trick on my first casual playthrough of Castlevania the Adventure on Game Boy, and the world record holder for every speedrun category for that game was in the chat during that playthrough, and it kind of blew his mind. That I was consistently doing a trick that he thought was TAS only, and or semi consistently doing a trick. Like, he saw me do it once, and then he was like, "What?" And he said that he pulled up the game in the emulator and tried to replicate it and couldn't do it. And then he saw me, and he was like, "It must have been just a fluke. It'll never happen again." And then he saw me do it again. And he just, lost his mind in a good way. But then he named the trick after me. It's called the Frownie drop. It's a place on the 4th stage of the game where if you jump in a particular way and hit your head on the ceiling, you can skip climbing down one of the ropes. And it's 19 frames faster than the previous method of dropping down beside the rope. You can just fall through the rope into the loading zone instead of having to drop down beside it. So the Frownie drop, I think there's a clip of it. I think it's called Perfect Frownie Drop First Try. I think that was the first time I did it without knowing what I was doing. I believe he clipped it. Not that my clips are very easy to sift through, but if you're super curious. I believe one does exist. So, after that, naturally, I had to run the game for a while. I did learn the speed run. And I was thoroughly mediocre at it. I think my highest position on the leaderboard, I think I was tied for 4th place on the leaderboard for a while. Out of 9, there were 9 runs on the board when I submitted. And I tied 4th, so I was thoroughly middle of the pack. I think I had a slightly faster run that I just never submitted. That I think would have put me... It would have made me alone in 4th. Instead of tied for 4th, I would have been alone. And it wasn't quite high enough to climb to 3rd. But it would have put me alone in 4th if I had submitted it. But I just never got around to it. Speedrunning's not really my thing. The big problem, one of the best things about the good speedrunning communities is that they're very encouraging and collaborative. But that's also, why they're, kind of the worst thing for me, is because my playstyle is a very aggressively independent playstyle. I don't really like collaborating. I like I like reinventing the wheel, and I wouldn't say I don't like collaborating. I would say I don't like receiving collaboration. I don't mind helping someone else if they want it.
I think I shall need a bell to call Owl.
Hey, cows, welcome in.
Hello, Pooh.
Oh, I'm very glad I found you, Owl. You see, I was wondering if you could help us cross the ravine near Piglet's house.
Oh, dear boy, I would love to, but I don't have the time just now. I'm certain I can think of something, though. Why don't you catch a few butterflies with this net? Then they could pick up Piglet and take him over the ravine. Genius idea, if I do say so myself.
A butterfly net is rather useful for catching butterflies.
Now, Pooh, if you catch some butterflies, they will carry little Piglet across the ravine. In fact, I think I saw some on the path to Tigger's house.
So, Mazin is the name of the streamer who is the world record holder for Castlevania the Adventure. He shows up in the chat sometimes, but not super often. He's pretty busy and on a different schedule since he's over on the other side of the world. But he kind of peer pressured me, like I said, because of he was there for my blind first playthrough of the game, and then I helped him find that trick, and he named it after me. So he was kind of peer pressured. He kind of peer pressured me into running the game. You know, we became friends, or friendly at least. And he coached me though, so like he'd watch my attempts when I ran the game on the stream, and then he would make little private videos and send them to me on YouTube, like critiquing my performance. It was always so great. He's like, Frownie, when you climb the ropes, you got to jump off the rope as early as possible. He's like, you way down here at the bottom, you can jump off onto this platform, but you're climbing all the way up here to the top, and forget about it. Forget about it, Frownie. This isn't Jack and the Beanstalk. What are you doing climbing up so high? It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, like getting his comments where he'd roast me the next day for how bad I was playing. But there was the trick I found by accident, and I also changed the meta of the game inadvertently, because the dominant strat for fighting Dracula at the end was a method where you stay on the right-hand side of the screen to attack him. And I just was not ever comfortable doing that. I would move over onto the left-hand side of the screen until the left-hand side of the screen and fight him from over there. And Mazin would yell at me every time. He would yell at me every time, and then finally I got some feedback where he was just like, Frownie, you're so stubborn. You're so hard to deal with, Frownie, because you're so stubborn. I keep telling you to fight Dracula on the right, and it doesn't matter. Every other player in the world fights Dracula from the right. The best player in the world tells you to fight Dracula from the right, and what do? You go over to the left because you're so stubborn, Frownie. But guess what? I tried it on the left, and it's actually faster. If you do it a particular way. And so then he taught me the way to do it faster from the left-hand side. And I think that's still the dominant strat for the run. I don't, like you said, my run was 3 years ago. I don't keep up with the community and the changes in the run, but so I didn't really discover that, but I inspired him to find it.
Thanks for bringing me the butterfly net, Pooh.
Why, certainly, Eeyore. In fact, I think I need to catch some butterflies, too. So I thought perhaps we could catch them together.
Sounds fine to me. Gotta be quick, though. The butterflies are flying extra fast today.
Mazen's commentary always made me chuckle, Cass says. He's quite the character. He's quite the character, Mazen.
Thank you for your help, Eeyore.
You're welcome, Pooh. Glad to do it.
Now I shall take these butterflies to Piglet.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Owl asked me to give these butterflies to Piglet.
This game, Cows, is almost identical to the one that we played on the Game Boy Advance. Like, it really is just beat for beat the same. Like, all the puzzles, everything just happens the same. But it's a little better. It controls a little better, and it doesn't talk at me quite as much. Or maybe because I don't have to read it, and the game actually speaks the dialogue for me, it feels like it talks at me less, because I don't have to read it. The one downside it has is it's really tough to locate the collectibles in this version of the game. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean in a little while, I think. Glad you played the other one first. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would have been really upsetting to have played this one and thought, it's okay, and then played a much worse version of it afterward. That would have been very frustrating. This one's definitely an improvement. The only thing that I really don't like about it is how hard it is to spot the collectibles on some of the parts of the board.
Has Owl found a way to get over the ravine yet?
Oh, I'm sure he will. He's very smart about things like this.
Hey, Derek, welcome in.
Oh, the butterflies are lifting me up. Oh, dear, a heffalump. Perhaps if I use one of my very scary faces, I might be able to chase it away.
Hey, scare the heffalump. Yep. Yeah, the combat is exactly the same. Alright. Groovy. You know, these heffalumps would be a lot easier to deal with if we were playing as Christopher Robin. Because, like I said, I've read Baby Man a lot of Winnie the Pooh storybooks, but they're not like the official, like, original Winnie the Pooh books by Milne? the original books. I've been reading him this set of like storybooks that are like from like a learn to read, like educational, like learn about nature kind of set of storybooks. And like they're inspired sometimes by the original stories, and they reference them, but they're not the original stories. But like there's one story where like Eeyore decides that he is sad all the time because he has a very droopy tail. Like he's got a droopy and miserable tail. And so he thinks he'll be happier if he finds a different kind of tail. So then he starts like going around like checking out the other animals in the 100-acre wood to like get ideas for like what kind of tail might suit him better. And so then you learn about like, you know, different kind of animal tails that exist because Eeyore's on a mission is like how that works. And the thing about that story is Eeyore he lands on replacing his tail with a peacock tail. And he gets this huge, beautiful peacock tail. And then he's super happy. He's not sad anymore. He's like, with this peacock tail, I'm rad. I'll never be sad again. And Eeyore is living the high life until he comes across Christopher Robin, who when he comes up to Christopher Robin pretends not to recognize him and bullies him into abandoning his peacock tail and going back to his original droopy tail. And then he's sad, and Christopher Robin's like, there's the sad old Eeyore I remember, just the way I like him. And it's like, what a psychopath. What an absolute villain Christopher Robin is. It's kind of unbelievable. How rude. But this game would be a lot. So I read, but I got the original, the Winnie the Pooh. But thank you, Skeeving Miners. So I knew the author's name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. But I got the original set of the first Winnie the Pooh book, and I read the first story in it, and it's the one where Pooh, he gets a balloon and pretends to be a rain cloud so he can sneak up on a beehive. But there's a line in it. I wish I remembered what the exact sentence was. Because, like, he asks Christopher Robin to come along. And Christopher Robin's like, I'll bring my gun. I never leave home without it. And it's just like, this game would be a lot easier. These heffalumps would be a lot easier to deal with. We're playing with Christopher Robin because he's always armed. There's something to be said about when people still valuing you when you're sad. But to be happier when your friend is sad again is insane, Cal says. Yeah, and that's just the way that it seems that, like, that's the way it comes across, and it's pretty dark. Oh. Eeyore's happiest when he's sad, paradoxically, Baron Metz says. There does seem to be some truth to that. Mm-hmm. Anyone have good knowledge of emulation, Derek says? I really can't help you, unfortunately. I use mostly original hardware. Pooh's Basketball will teach you how much of a jerk Christopher Robin is. So I think that one is a PC only game. Sadly, I think I'm going to dodge that one. Like the best friend in Ferris Bueller, he's only feeling well when he's sick. He doesn't need the gun, he murders with words. We've got a similar set of story that's just a similar set of storybooks that's the same. They're like learn to read educational kind of things. They're less educational than the Winnie the Pooh ones, but they're a very similar set, but they're kind of like generic Disney. So like one book will be about Goofy, and one will be about Scrooge, and one will be about Mickey. They're kind of old books. They're from like the... They're definitely... Well, we have a couple. We've got the Winnie the Pooh set, we've got a Disney set, and we have part of a second Disney set that's similar, but a different set of stories. And the partial set, I know are considerably older, because one of the ones in that set was a book I grew up with. It's called Mickey Meets the Giant. But the others, I think, are from around the same time period, but I'm not sure. I didn't check the publication date. They all have a very similar vibe. But in the Disney one, there's another one called Mickey and the Troll. That's a really good story. It's just sort of classic fairy tale, like the value of honesty kind of story. But I like that one a lot. The combat in this game plays out exactly the same, but it's much more exhilarating in its presentation. That was it, though? That was it? There was just one Heffalump and that's it? It's Pooh's Baseball. It's a Flash-only game. Became infamous how hard it was to beat Christopher Robin in the last outing. And you might be able to find it someplace with an emulator. Oh, nice. That's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, this is perfect.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Piglet.
Oh, you're welcome, Pooh.
Now, Pooh dear, you get the costume, and I'll wait for you in front of my house.
The costume is on the other side of the ravine, Pooh.
There was someone who always would run Pooh's Baseball when they had a charity going. And out of the 6 years they ran it, they won the final level only once. Oh, that's devastating. I think that I'm gonna consider myself lucky that it doesn't have a console release. And I'm just gonna lean on my excuse if I don't really play PC games or you know, emulate to stay away from it. It's definitely not because I'm a coward or anything. Couldn't be that. So, the collectibles that we have to find are hidden inside of objects that blink. And, like, sometimes, like this one, you can see pretty well. But sometimes the blinking is so faint that it's basically impossible to see. Like, that was one of the best ones so far as visibility goes. I'll try and point out when there's another bad one, but my goodness. He's got a demon's pitch. Oh, the scarecrow is blinking. Okay, what else? It tells you when you've gotten all the collectibles in an area, so... Oh, this wheelbarrow. Okay. They're a little more visible in the emulator, in the capture than they are on the CRT, I think. Because the capture is a little darker than the actual television. I think the contrast is stronger, but... It's really tough. It's really tough. I've been stuck for a long time on some of these areas. Just...
Oh, I must take this to Kanga.
Just not knowing what in the world to do.
Hooray! You got the costume. Now I think you should take it to Kanga. Don't you, Pooh?
A Tigger costume. Oh, I must take this to Kanga.
That's wonderful, dear. Now we're only missing one costume. And I think that I just saw it flying towards the mountain behind Owl's house. Pooh, dear, the second costume is on top of the mountain near Owl's house.
I missed a piece of dialogue. I should have talked to Kanga before I handed her the Tigger costume, and we would have gotten a line of dialogue. I missed it. The whole run's ruined. Could delete my save file. Start all over again. It's the only way.
Oh, bother. I shall never be able to get through. I wonder if Piglet could, seeing as he is a rather small animal.
You know, I was talking about other stuff we're gonna play and how you know, I was gonna play different stuff alongside Jump King, but that's kind of not true because I finished Bart versus the Space Mutants, so that means I opened up the floor to other Simpsons games. So, I mean, I do still want to play that Batman game, but I'm really not gonna have to look for a lot of stuff to play because I've got to play Bart versus the World, and yeah, I've got to play more Simpsons games. That wasn't going to be the case. I wasn't expecting to beat the Space Mutants last night.
Piglet, I think I need your help.
Of course, Pooh. I'd be happy to help you.
You see, I need to go up the mountain, but the path is far too narrow for a bear of my stoutness.
Oh, I'll help you clear the path.
Uh-oh. These are a little tough because I don't have very good muscle memory for the GameCube's button layout. No! I keep failing. Oh. When you engage the enemies, you want to do it from further away because it gives you more. It actually gives you more time. Okay, got him. Goodness, that was really tough. Yeah, here when we get it right, it actually pushes him further back. Huh. That was so much easier. I didn't even have a chance. I misunderstood that situation. Excuse me. Okay, so what you do is wake him up, retreat, and then engage from a distance. Yeah.
There you are, Pooh. Now you can go up the mountain.
Oh, thank you, Piglet.
Certainly, Pooh. Goodness, I'm rather tired now. Maybe I'll take a little nap before Tigger's party.
Okay. Up the mountain we go. Gotta wrap up here pretty soon because I'm running a huge sleep debt already. And really can't afford to make it any worse. We got them all? Oh, we got them all. Push that north enough? I didn't. Oh, it's so tedious. I enjoy the snowy mountain scenery, of course.
Oh. Oh. Another Tigger costume. Oh, I must take this one to Kanga too.
There you go. Look at this tree. The blinking on this tree is so subtle. I think Pooh as a character makes the most sense to be blindly collecting items from random locations, Gal says. He's a bear of very little brain, so he wouldn't question why honeypots are coming from these random places. I made a reference to that line as well. Collectathons for more intelligent characters aren't nearly as believable. I mean, being on record as the huge fan of collectathons that I am known to be, I can't help but feel like I'm catching strays here. Enjoying finding all the things is different than believing objects belong in weird places to be found. I'll take it.
Pooh dear, the second costume is on top of the mountain near Owl's house.
I'm pretty sure I've heard you say, now why did they put that there at least once so you get a pass?
How wonderful, dear. You've gathered all the costumes. Now we can take the surprise picture for Tigger's birthday.
Oh, I hope he likes it.
Look at all my Tiggerific friends. Why, this is the bestest birthday present I ever got.
And indeed, Pooh remembered that Tigger's birthday party was one of the most enjoyable ever.
Alright, my friends. I think that's going to be our stream for the night. We've made a lot of progress. We've got, I think, 2 chapters left, and then we've got a collection of mini games to play as well. So this will be at least one more night on the stream, maybe even 2, depending on how substantial these mini games turn out to be. But I've desperately, after last night's like really late stream, like really late compared to what it should have been, based on how early I had to get up. I'm really running on low batteries, so I can't hang in there any longer tonight. But I should be back tomorrow night. The plan is for Dragon's Lair tomorrow. It's another sort of earlier night, so we'll probably wrap up around the same time. We're probably going to get kind of a late start too, so it'll probably be about 9 to 12:30 like tonight. But it might be the last night of Dragon's Lair for a while. Like I keep saying. I'm probably going to take a little break from that game after tomorrow. Unless I gain some tremendously impressive skill. Or figure something out. Or make a ridiculous amount of progress. To where I just can't help but press onward. I'm probably going to take a break from it. But I do want to finish it. It's just I don't want to struggle with that game while I'm also playing Jump King. And Jump King comes back next week. We're going to play, not every night in September, but we're going to play a lot of Jump King in September. We'll probably give it at least one dedicated stream every week. And depending on how frequently I can stream, maybe 2. So, a lot of Jump King coming up soon. We've got more Simpsons games to move on to. And I'm going to try and remember to maybe take a look at Batman on the Genesis. So, a lot of cool things. Very understandable, Cal says. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Scheming Miner. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Cows. Let's raid out. Let me find us someone to join. Thanks for the positively great stream. Oh my. Ooh, I see somewhere I think is going to be fun to send us. Why is it not working? I'm having a lot of trouble. I'm having a lot of trouble with the raid command stuff here lately. Just not behaving. There we go. Trying to send us over to Big Tall Not Small. I almost never get to see Big Tall live. Oh no, here come the Poons. That's a rough one. Big Tall's working on Scooby-Doo on the Xbox, the Night of 100 Frights. a game that I've endured that lives powerfully in my memory after several nights of being completely stuck on our 100% playthrough of that. But thank you, my friends. Be well, and hopefully I'll see you again real soon. Let's go on an adventure.